Welcome to the press conference call for the June edition of the Philadelphia Fed's Business Outlook Survey. Today we will learn what manufacturers had to say about business activity for the month of June. I'm Danielle Mazzone, Media Relations Representative at the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia, and I am joined by Senior Economic Analyst Mike Trebbing. Mike's going to start our conversation with a quick overview of this month's survey.
Good morning. Our regional manufacturing surveys indicators for general activity, new orders, shipments, and employment were all positive this month, signifying expansion. The indicators for each also increased from their readings in May. The survey's price indexes suggest more widespread price increases for input prices this month. Price pressures for final goods prices, however, did not see increased pressure compared to last month. Overall expectations for the next 6 months remain optimistic, and the survey's 6-month indicators improved markedly from their readings in May. Our supplemental questions this month focused on expectations of production increases in the second half of the year, and the majority of firms are expecting higher production rates and acceleration compared to the first half. Nearly 30% of the firms are expecting to accomplish this with higher levels of employment.
Lorraine, would you like to start with some questions?
Thanks. So this idea that we have price increases for inputs, but final goods, we're not seeing pricing pressure. Why does that happen? What's going on there?
Well, the prices paid index tends to be a little more sensitive, I think, to energy prices and commodity inputs. So it's not too unusual to see those numbers vary. I wouldn't read too much into the difference between the two as being one of
So it doesn't. I shouldn't read into this that companies don't feel like they have the ability to raise prices on final goods. I mean, that would be reading too much into it.
No, I think you want to look at these indexes over lengths of time, and as I mentioned in the summary, as a measure of price pressure, at least the received index was not as high as it was last month. We still have about a fifth of the firms reporting increases, but over a third of the firms reporting increases on the input side. So we look for those numbers to move up consistently over time, and we watch them very carefully. We also look for comments too, and there were no comments related to price pressures this month, at least.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Beth?
Yeah, could you talk about what this means for job creation? What does this portend, do you think, for jobs?
Yeah, well, we look at the current readings on the employment index, and we had about 22% of the firms reporting increases in employment this month, a little bit higher than last month, just under 20% last month. And we've had positive readings on the current employment index for some time. We did focus attention on the firm's 6-month expectations for production this year, and also asked them about hiring additional workers to accommodate any increased production. We found a large percentage of the firms indicating that they expected production increases, about 3/4 of the firms. Yet only about almost 30% of the firms that were going to hire additional workers to accommodate the increased production levels. Still, many of the firms that plan production increases are doing it with current staff or increasing the hours of current staff, and that's all laid out in the response table for the special questions. So we still have excess capacity in manufacturing, and we note that the firms that are expecting larger increases of production are the ones that are more likely to be hiring the additional workers. So we're seeing expansion and some improvement in the expectation for employment, but it's still a ways to go, I think.
So what is that? How would you characterize then what's going on here with the economy in the region, and in terms of how robust it is, how kind of where we stand kind of in the recovery.
Well, I think in terms of manufacturing, things are looking better. That we've had positive indexes where we had negative readings in the first quarter, that were weather impacted. So we're seeing some rebound from that, and certainly some improvement in these firms' expectations for the future as we monitor the 6-month indicators as well as these kind of special questions about future production growth. So when we look at the comments, however, although we're seeing better numbers on the expectations, we're still receiving a lot of comments that reflect that growth currently is modest, and still there's a lot of uncertainty about the future. Even though our indicators are getting better, there's still an awful lot of commentary about which suggests that it's more hopeful than anything. But it's helpful to look at comments to supplement the numbers that we get from the survey.
Okay. So the fact that so many firms are able to use their existing workforce, you're saying that indicates that there still is a lot of excess capacity that they can still mine to
Sure. Of the group that we surveyed, 28% indicated that they were going to accommodate the increased production with increased productivity of current staff without hiring, and another 12% increasing work hours of the current staff without hiring. So yeah, we still have many firms which is suggesting some ability to increase production without hiring. So
it's sort of like when does it give? This has kind of been going on for a long time, like a really long time. Like what? And we kind of keep waiting for it to give, and the hiring to really pick up, and the wages to really pick up, and
right.
Just haven't. When why is it? Why is that? I mean, it's like you said, the indicators show things are better. Mm-hmm. So where's the disconnect?
Well, I'm not sure if there's well, that's true of the economy in general. This is just looking at the manufacturing sector as one sector in the general economy. And when we ask firms in the past about about hiring, they've indicated that demand is the most important thing going forward. So as the demand picks up, we can expect to see some improvement in manufacturing and in other sectors as well. But the focus here is really on manufacturing and only these select groups within this 3-state district.
Okay.
Mm.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for participating in the call today, and the next Business Outlook survey will be released on July 17th at 10 a.m.